In today's video, I'm going to show you how AI agents actually work. Because the mainstream media and the demos that you might have seen from Google and ChatGPT and Grok and Gemini, they're not even close to what's already possible with this tech. I help real businesses use this tech every single day, save tens of thousands a year, automate entire roles, and build AI agents that run 24/7. And this applies to all industries. From waste management, I've helped Airbnbs, hotels, real estate, construction, medical. Literally everyone in the world will be affected by this at some point. So today I'm going to give you first of all a dead simple breakdown of how these AI agents work. Second, I'm going to show you real world examples. And third, I'm going to show you ways that you can implement this into your business right now. If you're new to the channel, then welcome. My name's Liam. I've helped many different businesses use this tech to save quite a lot of money. And if you'd like to do the same for your business, you can just use the first link down below to book a completely free AI consultation call. The spots are limited to only 3 people for this video, so I hope you grab one of those spots, and now let's dive in with the overview. So first of all, let me give you a very high-level overview of how AI agents actually work. So first of all, how the mainstream media and how you probably think AI agents work versus how they're actually built in production, because there's a big difference. So this is what I see everyone talking about. You have an AI, and this AI can make decisions. So far, so good. Then you give that AI access to your CRM. You give it access to your email. Give it access to your calendar, and so on, right? And then you just tell the AI, you can connect here, you can connect there, and you can connect here. And then when, for example, a customer comes along and says, I want to book an appointment, the AI goes, perfect, let me update you in the CRM, let me book an appointment, and let me send an email. Now, this in essence, there's nothing wrong with this, but there's one big flaw, which is why I think most companies haven't adopted AI yet, because they cannot see the control that you have. They just think AI can do whatever it wants. They think AI can delete people from the CRM. It can add new people at will. It can book any appointments. It can just rearrange them if it needs to. It can think that it can write any email at any time to anyone. And that, of course, that is scary. Like, I would never use an AI which can do this, because you have zero control about what it actually does. And in all fairness, I would know how to set something like this up so that you can give it complete control. But you don't need to build it this way, because the difference here is, and this might get a little bit technical, if you build it like this, you basically give it access to an MCP server for each one of these tools. And what that means is basically AI, you can connect to another AI, which what this is another AI, and this other AI writes the code to be able to do whatever you want in this email. And that's no good, because then you can start to have AI which makes AI, which then controls real world actions. And there's always going to be hallucinations, right? There's always going to be stuff that it screws up. And we cannot have it access all of your really important company details without any supervision, without any rules and regulations. So that's how the mainstream media makes you think that it's going to be. And maybe this is going to be secure enough in the future. I don't trust it yet. So this is how I actually build them in production. You have an AI here, and then you have tools. And these tools are code. And I'm going to give you examples in just a moment. So this is, for example, 3 tools. And the way this works is this. You still connect the AI up to these tools, but the tools are workflows. So for example, this workflow triggers here, and it first of all says, update a specific customer. Next, send an email to that customer that was just updated over here. And then next, you can send a payment link, for example. And all of this is what you already know. This is a workflow. This is something that executes exactly the same every single time. Right, so here's the payment link. This is the CRM. And this is the email, for example. And these workflows, they are reliable. I don't think anyone has a problem with workflows anymore. If you set them up correctly, they always run the exact same way. Now, where does the AI come in? Basically, what we tell the AI is, this bit over here, this is a tool which you can execute. So basically, the AI doesn't decide what happens, exactly the specific steps aren't decided by the AI. the AI only decides which workflow shall I execute. And what happens here is that the AI can only control a very, very small amount. So for example, and I work a lot with voice AI, say a customer is on the phone. This is supposed to be a phone. If somebody calls the AI, then the AI goes, wait a moment, I can recognize your phone number, right? Your phone number is, something like this. I can find that in the CRM. Let me just send one little piece of information to this workflow, which allows this workflow to run. And then based on the phone number, you can find the customer, send the right email with the right payment link. The AI doesn't decide the amount. The AI doesn't decide who the email gets sent to. The AI doesn't even pick the customer. All the AI decides is, we need this workflow to run with this phone number. And as you can see, the gap is quite huge. Right? We've gone from AI deciding everything, sending any email to anyone in the CRM, making any appointment at any time, to AI decides what general direction, what general workflow needs to be executed with which phone number in this case, for example. So I hope that the distinction is quite clear between AI controls everything versus AI only controls. It's basically like it's flipping switches, right? It's pretty much just like an operator behind a system going, press this button, and then behind the buttons you have a fixed process which executes every single time. And this is why they're so reliable as well. And this is why I wanted to make a big distinction, and I've made a separate video about this, because the misconception of AI just does everything and anything versus AI does only a very fixed workflow and fixed execution is a hugely important distinction. So let me give you an example of what this sounds like. So here we are in an automation builder called make.com. And as you can see, this is this is quite big, right? I don't expect you to build this or understand all of this. This is something that I built for a client of mine, and it's a biggie. Like, this is a big workflow. And as you can see here, each one of these branches is a very fixed workflow execution. Comparing it to here, this, for example, in red, would be one of these workflows here. And as you can see, we have different filters. So basically, if the AI uses technician search, it searches based on the phone number in monday.com, gets the ID of the technician, and then in the webhook, it basically sends the name of the technician back into the conversation. Then we have another one called, for example, where's the next one? Here. Get customer appointments or cancel appointment. If it uses this workflow, then it first of all searches by, once again, call from number, the phone number. It searches for the technician, then it gets the appointments from that technician in a very specific calendar. So as you can see here, this isn't just anything that the AI puts in, but this is a value from previous modules here, right? So the AI isn't deciding which calendar, it isn't just deciding which appointment can I cancel, it's just letting a workflow do the heavy lifting. And then it can cancel that specific appointment. Or things like, for example, this company also wanted us to generate reports. So when a technician calls and says, I need to leave a report, we first of all need to find the right report to generate. And here, for example, the technician only said a customer ID. That customer ID here, MTS ID, gets put into this workflow. Then it gets sent into an AI module which just reformats a bunch of, it was basically a document which this AI module reformats, and then that gets processed and sent back into the conversation. Actually, it gets texted via a phone, via a text to the number that was calling from, basically. So I know this is all a lot very, very quickly, but what I want to show you is that all the AI does at this point, it decides which one of these do I need. Do I need to search for a technician? Do I need to, what else do we have? Do I need to update the duration of an appointment? Do I need to search the knowledge base for something? Do I need to book something in the calendar? And all of these are very, very fixed workflows and processes. The AI can't just say, cancel all the appointments for Sunday. The only input is, for example, a phone number. And as I said, this looks very, very complex. And to be fair, this project was very complex. But the principle of having AI only decide the direction of an action that needs to be taken and be the button presser of larger actions, is the core principle of all of this. All right. And the second thing I want to tell you is that you would most likely need to break a bigger task down into smaller tasks. So instead of having this one AI, which does everything, you would have multiple AIs. You would have a team of AIs. So we would, for example, have something like this. We'd have one team which takes care of appointment booking, one team which takes care of reports in this case, one team that takes care of this one could take care of customer questions, for example. And also by breaking it down into a little team of AI agents, you can reduce the hallucinations by a lot. So you wouldn't expect one prompt and one AI to be able to handle everything, because it's gonna get confused. But instead, you would basically pass the task along to the person who has the fitting tools and the fitting knowledge. And once again, all that we would need here is one central AI, and all its job is, for example, when a customer call comes in and the customer says, "Oh, I want to make an appointment," it's pretty easy for the AI to decide, I need to send you here. Or if the customer says, I want to leave a report for something, it just sends them over here to this AI. And this is just such a small decision, and we only want AI to make small, repetitive, simple decisions, right? We want AI to do a little bit of the talking, a little bit of the decision making, but AI is never going to, or it might in the future, but at the moment, it's never going to have full system access. So I hope this made a few things very, very clear, and this is a question that I get asked by pretty much all of my clients. And as you can see, you can build these workflows very, very thoroughly. It can get very complex, as in this case. And yeah, workflows is what actually does the heavy lifting. Contrary to what people think, AI is just the little decision maker of those workflows. Alright, so I hope you found this video valuable, as it was a very, very raw and honest insight into how AI agents actually work. Hopefully now you're not afraid of what's possible with them. Now I think you should be excited, because we're at a great time now where everyone is scared of AI, but those few people who are all of you now after watching this video, you know that it's actually not as difficult and as scary and as insecure as people might think. And AI is actually reliable. It's been used across many, many different industries. All of my clients have had great experience with it so far. So if you would like to do this for your own business, you can just use the first link to book a free AI consultation call. Once again, the spots are only limited to 3 people. So I hope to see you in there. Very excited to see what ideas you come up with, and I will see you in the next video.